Hey everyone, this is Signal Setup episode 4. I have a new addition to my backyard signals that I'm ready to show off. I think it's a pretty cool addition, so I guess let's get started. I have my ICC incandescent worded don't walk, walk pedestrian signal. Of course, this was new in the last video I made. It's doing the same, there's no changes with it. I haven't really touched it a whole lot, so still like it though. I then have my 12-inch LFE automatic signal, red, yellow, green light. Again, no updates with it. It's the exact same as the last video. I changed out my traffic signs. I have this share the road with bicycles sign. This is a newer one. It actually has this like neon green or neon yellow background. These used to be just like a solid yellow background like most warning signs, but at some point I feel like it's been within the last maybe 15 years or something, maybe longer, they changed the bike signs, school crossing signs, and pedestrian crossing signs to this neon reflective background. So I guess it's more visible, or you're able to distinct it with just normal warning signs maybe. This is also the newest sign in my collection. I actually got it from a real street. It was hit in a car accident, and I passed the crew that was replacing it and a few other things, and I was able to get this sign, so pretty cool. It's really large. If you compare it to the signals on the left, you can see just how big it is, but I still like it. I think it's kind of neat out here. Let's come over here to the TCT 1288 incandescent signal. You can probably tell a few changes already, but one change I made with this signal is I replaced the bulbs on the inside. Some of you may know with the incandescent traffic lights that I own, I have LED bulbs on the inside since I'm a fan of them, but I've tried to get LEDs that closely resemble incandescent, like the fading in and out and stuff like that. But with this signal, the LEDs I had originally, they were just the standard LED type, so you could actually see the bulb. It didn't really light up the lens itself, so I decided to change these bulbs out for the filament style LED bulbs, which I feel like I should have done in the first place. And so now they closely resemble like a real incandescent bulb, and whenever this signal changes to green, I'll show you what I mean. You can see here this really looks like an incandescent bulb on the inside, which I like a lot compared to how it used to be. And I'll throw up a picture, you can kind of see the difference. So I'm glad I did this change. It looks a lot better in my opinion. And yeah, so again, you're probably noticing the obvious change, and that is the signal is mounted in a different way. And there is only one reason I would have done that change. You can also see that pole coming off. If we step back, I have a new pedestrian signal to my backyard setup. Well, partially new. Some of you that have watched my signal videos in the past might recognize this LED insert. This is my GE Handman LED with countdown signal. I used to have this in my room before I got the EOI pedestrian insert. So this has kind of just been hanging out, not really doing much, but recently I got this pedestrian signal housing, and it was in pretty bad shape, so I decided to repaint it, kind of refurbish it a little bit, and I'm really happy how it turned out. I like this one a lot better than the signal that's in my room. I didn't really do the best job on it. I know I made the video about refurbishing it, but I wish I was more patient and took my time and did things a little bit nicer. But with this signal, I completely stripped off all the paint, added a nice heavy-duty primer, and painted it all black. Just because I don't have any black housing signals in my collection, I thought it'd be kind of neat to finally, I guess, make one. This used to have the like side mount bracket. I don't really know what the term is called, but unlike signals like this where it has the two mounting posts that go out, this one just had it on the side, and you can kind of see where the old holes were. I actually 3D printed these little covers just so no water or anything else gets on the inside. Since I couldn't really use that mount in this situation, that's why I took it off. Plus it was kind of cracked, I think. But anyways, it's also the open face style. You can see there's no hood or I guess grill like this one has, which again is pretty cool. It's different in my collection. So but yeah, it's pretty neat. I like it a lot. It's kind of neat matching with these signals. So this wasn't my first plan to have this pedestrian signal be on the same, I guess, phase as these. But unfortunately my homemade controller is pretty limited. You can see there it is back there. So it can do a two-way intersection. So like right now, of course, Main Street and side street, but it can only do one pedestrian phase, either on the main or on the side. So for now, since I'm still using that homemade controller, this is just going to be on the main phase pedestrian circuit, I guess. But eventually I want to rebuild my homemade controller, so then I'll be able to have this on the side street instead, and that's again what I originally wanted, but right now I don't have time to rebuild the controller. I kind of just wanted to install it just for fun. So this is what we're doing right now. You can also see the countdown. I don't know why it's flickering on the camera, and that's another cool thing. Of course, this is the first countdown signal I have out here. So yeah, it's pretty cool. I like it a lot. Well, one thing I don't like is I wanted to have these support poles be on the bottom, kind of again like with this pedestrian signal. Of course there's the top one, but then the bottom one. But galvanized steel pipe is very, very expensive, and I didn't want to pay the extra. I feel like it was like $80 or something just to get this down, or maybe it was close to like 60, I don't remember. So I'm just like, well, I think it'll be fine. It might be a little weird looking, but again, for now I think it's okay. Maybe in the future I'll change that. But yeah, so again, really happy with it. My, I guess, backyard intersection is getting a little bit more maybe interesting, I don't know, because originally back in episode 1 I started with just this signal, then expanded, and now we're out with 4 signals. So pretty cool, I think. I want to expand more eventually, but for now that's all I got. So that's everything out here. I'll kind of get a wide shot so we can see all of the signals in action. I really like that countdown. I think it's pretty cool. So but yeah, so that's everything in the backyard. I guess we will move up to my bedroom and see what's going on up there. And lastly, in my room, we have the same pedestrian signal that hasn't changed for the last few episodes, really because there's nothing to change, I guess. I will say I have been planning on refurbishing this signal. Some of you might remember the older video I made where I attempted to refurbish this signal, and if I'm honest with you, I'm not really proud of it. I should have been more patient and done the actual prep work like I did with the newest signal I have. So I think that'll be a project that I work on. Plus the other thing is I hate this color of yellow. It was literally the only thing I found at the hardware store. That's why I bought it, but it's too bright. I want something that's more of a yellow signal color instead of just bright yellow. I think this was like safety yellow or something. I don't remember, but I don't like it. So maybe by the next episode you'll see a recently refurbished signal, but we'll see. I still like the LED insert. Again, I think it's one of my favorites, but I have been looking for more inserts, but everything just seems really expensive and just not worth it. But anyways, so that's everything in here. And now I guess let's go back outside to wrap up this video. That wraps up Signal Setup Episode 4. I hope you enjoyed this one, and let me know what you thought of my newest expansion with this new pedestrian signal. Feel free to ask any questions in the comment section below if you have any. And of course, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. And yeah, so that's all for this video. Again, thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.